Hello my dear students, I welcome you to NEET World. So in this session, we will be discussing exercise questions from NCERT class 10th CBSE, that is from chapter 1 chemical reactions and equations. Okay, so dear students, so once after watching this video, so you will definitely feel like very confident and you can easily answer the questions from chemical reactions and equations chapter. Okay, so in the upcoming session, I will be doing the questions from JEE and NEET. So how to approach JEE NEET level questions from this particular topic with this knowledge, with this 10th class knowledge. Okay, so this will be definitely helpful. So once watch this, and again I want to suggest one more thing. I have made videos on all the topics of this chemical reactions and equations. If you haven't watched it, so you just go to the playlist and watch all the topics of this chemical reactions and equation from our channel. Okay, so now let us start our topic here. The first question, which are the following statement about the reaction given reaction below are incorrect? So how can we answer this kind of questions? See, read the questions, observe the given reaction. So what happens here? See, lead oxide PbO upon treating with carbon converting into Pb plus CO2. So what is the thing you are observing here? So here there are two changes. There are two changes here. So one is lead oxide here, lead oxide converting into lead. So what is this conversion here? So we can say this process is what? See, removal of oxidation. So removal of oxidation means what? Removal of oxidation from removal of oxygen is what? Oxidation or reduction. So whenever we are removing oxygen, so we should call it as reduction. What is that? Reduction. So I can say lead oxide is getting reduced. What we should say? Lead oxide is reducing here. Lead oxide is reducing. So this is correct. They are saying that incorrect one they are asking. So lead oxide is getting reduced. This is correct. So they are asking about incorrect one. Okay, next. Copper is converting into copper oxide, carbon dioxide. It means like in this process what we are seeing? Addition of oxygen. So addition of oxygen is what? Oxidation. So carbon getting oxidized. So these CD are correct statements. So these are correct statements, but they are asking about incorrect statement. So what is the incorrect statement? See, where they are saying in the first option, lead is getting reduced. Is it really getting reduced? See, lead is forming from lead oxide. See, here lead is not getting reduced here. Lead remains as it is. If we go in the reverse manner, it is getting oxidized, we should say. So this first statement is incorrect. Lead is not getting reduced here. Lead oxide is getting reduced to lead, right? So first statement is incorrect, last statement is correct. Similarly, if we look into this option, carbon dioxide is getting oxidized. See, carbon dioxide is not getting oxidized, just carbon is getting oxidized. So the statements are not correct. So second option also not correct. So A, B are incorrect. So A, B are incorrect. Where do we have? So first option which is having A, B are incorrect. So you should choose this option 1. I hope this is very clear now. So if it is really clear, just click on the like button first and let us continue with the session. Yes. Now look into this question again. See, if you are really facing difficulty while listening to the class, just write in the comment box. We will be rectifying that in the upcoming sessions. Okay, and if there is any confusion in any of this discussion, just write in the comment box. We will be definitely discussing the upcoming session. Just you should feel free to discuss your problems with the faculties. That is the main important thing in your learning process. Okay, so that will be the effective way of learning. Okay, so now lead oxide. So here look, lead like iron oxide, Fe2O3 we have. Okay, converting into aluminium oxide and forming iron. So when it is treated with aluminum, when this iron oxide is treated with aluminum, these are the products formed. So in the above reaction, the above reaction is example of a what it is. So what it is? So it is a combination? No. Combination means what? Two or more elements or two or more compounds combined to form one single product, like AB kind of product it should form. Okay, but that is not happening here. Next, so first one is not the correct one. Double displacement. So what do we mean by double displacement? Two species, two elements should displace from their compounds, right? But that is also not happening. Only from this compound one element is getting displaced by this aluminum. It means what it is? So this is not a double displacement. Okay, so this is also incorrect. Next, decomposition. So what do we mean by decomposition? If a compound decomposes, it should give the respect to the composition. I mean, for example, if you say calcium carbonate is there, so upon decomposition, what it will be giving? CaO plus CO2. So like this, respective compound should be obtained from this particular substrate. Okay, so this is not the decomposition. See here, nothing is undergoing this decomposition, but this aluminum is displacing iron. So can we say displacement reaction? Yes, because aluminum displacing iron from here and forming aluminum oxide. So aluminum is displaced by iron is displaced by aluminum. So what the process it is? It is displacement reaction. I hope this concept is clear now. Already we discussed about types of chemical reactions. Okay, based on that only we have the question here. Okay, so I hope this is also clear. Next, what happens when dilute hydrochloric acid is added to iron fillings? So what happens here? So just have an idea about this. So we discussed about displacement reaction. So in displacement reaction, so what happens? A highly reactive element will displaces the other element from its solution. For example, so here we have HCl. Upon treating with this iron, so in this HCl solution acid, so we are placing this iron fills, right? So what happens here? So since we know iron, this is a metal which is highly reactive, therefore this iron will displace hydrogen from its solution, that is its acid. Okay, therefore now we will be getting a product like FeCl2, okay, iron chloride, and H2 gas is evolved. Okay, so this is what happens here. So hydrogen gas is produced, yes, hydrogen gas is produced, and also iron chloride is produced, yes. So these two things are happened here now. So that is what you should choose, option 1. Okay, so chlorine gas, no, it won't evolve here. No reaction takes place, no, reaction takes place. Okay, iron salt and water is produced, no water is produced here. So this is based on what? Reactivity series of metals, right? So we have seen the reactivity order of the metals. Okay, few elements like alkali metals will be highly reactive, they are at the top of the series, right? And down the series if we go, reactivity of elements decreases, and the down which is the elements which are at the down of the series will be having less reactive, and at the top will be having more reactive. Okay, so this was discussed in displacement reactions, the video where I have specially discussed about displacement reactions. So guys, I assure you that if you watch this video, displacement reaction video, you will definitely answer this kind of questions in any case. Okay, so once after watching this video, so go through this displacement video, I mean displacement reaction video, definitely you will going to like that. Okay, I know that, I will assure you about that. Okay, so go and watch it. Okay, okay, then let's proceed. I hope option A is clear here. Let's go further. Translate the following statement into chemical equations and then balance them. See here, I just have written normal equation. So how do we balance? Here 2 chlorines are required, means if I take 2 HCl, yes, equation is balanced. Okay, this is how you need to balance. Okay, the next, for this particular reaction, translate the following statements into chemical equations and balance them. So how do we balance them? How do we write them? Let us see. Okay, all these questions are from NCERT exercise only. Okay, so just to give you some boost about the basic NCERT part, then we will be going towards the JEE and NEET questions approach of this particular topic. Okay, of this particular chapter. Okay, so do not worry guys, we will discuss everything from very basic. Okay, next, translate the following statements. So what is the first statement? Hydrogen gas combines with nitrogen. So what do we have? Nitrogen means N2 plus hydrogen means H2. So these are combining to form ammonia, right? Ammonia like this. Okay, so all of them are gases here. Okay, they mentioned it as gases, hydrogen gas, nitrogen gas, and during this process ammonia gas is produced. Okay, now how many nitrogens are seen here? 2, right? So if these are 2, So product side also 2. So what is the basic concept here? Law of conservation of mass should be obeyed during these chemical reactions. Okay, number of atoms reactant side and product side should be same, always it should be same. Okay, so this is what you need to remember all the time. Okay, 2 nitrogen atoms, now here also 2 nitrogens. Now what about hydrogens? 3 2 ja 6 hydrogens are there, but here we have only 2. So if I multiply with a number like 3, it is becoming 6 in the reactant side. So 3 2 ja 6 hydrogens reactant side and also 6 hydrogens product side. I hope this is also clear without any confusions, right? Yes. Now let's have a discussion on B here. So what they are saying, hydrogen sulfide gas burn in air to give water and sulfur dioxide. So H2S gas you can take, okay, hydrogen sulfide, then burn this with air, okay, oxygen. So what it is giving? It is giving water. They are only saying what are the products also. So what are the products here it is forming? So it is forming water, H2O, and sulfur dioxide, SO2 gas is produced. Okay, so these are the things formed here. So just try to balance them. 2 hydrogens, like see sulfurs are how many are there? 1 sulfur atom, there also 1 sulfur, that is fine. Again next, what do we need to look here? 2 hydrogen atoms here, here also 2 hydrogen atoms, that is also fine. Now what about oxygen atoms? Here 1 plus 2, 3 hydrogen atoms are there, but here 2 hydrogen atoms are there. So if I multiply this with 3 by 2, what happens here? Yes, see if I multiply with 3 by 2, so it means 3 by 2 into 2 oxygen atoms. Therefore 2 oxygen atoms. So to this 2 cancel. We have 3 oxygen atoms reactant side as well as product side also. Here 1 oxygen atom and here 1 oxygen atom, here 2 oxygen atoms. Totally 3 oxygen atoms. I think this is very clear now, very basic fundamental things I am saying here. Hope it is really clear, right? Next, let us discuss few more things very detailed. Okay, now what about this one? So now check, everything is balanced, no? Yes, balanced. Let us go for this option C. Barium chloride react with aluminum sulfide to give ammonium chloride and a precipitate of barium sulfate. Just write the reactant, barium chloride, BaCl2, right? The next, react with aluminum sulfate plus aluminum sulfate, that is Al2SO4 tries. So this is what the formula of aluminum sulfate to give ammonium chloride. So what it is producing? It is producing aluminum chloride. So write AlCl3, aluminum chloride is this one. Okay, and what again with that, a precipitate of barium sulfate, so BaSO4. So these are the products formed here, BaSO4. So out of these, now balance it. How many aluminiums are there? 2. But here how many we have written? 1. So it means 2 AlCl3 you can write. Okay, here 1 barium, there also 1 barium, that's fine. Okay, the next thing is look here, barium chloride, how many chlorines are there? Here 2, but here 2 3 ja 6. So is it balanced? No. So what we can do here? 2 3 ja 6. So but here only 2 are there. So what we can do here? So 2 3 ja 6 means if I multiply this with 3, yes, now it is balanced. 2 aluminiums, yes, chlorines are 3 2 ja 6. Here also 2 3 ja 6, that is also fine. Now what about bariums? How many bariums we are looking here? So here we have 3 and sulfates are also 3, but here only 1 sulfate, 1 barium. So if I multiply with 3, it will becomes 3BaSO4. So it is called a hit and trial method. So what do we mean by hit and trial method? So just multiply with a suitable number and balance it. Okay, that is also clear, right? Next, option D, let us discuss here. So potassium metal, okay, potassium metal reacts with water, fine, to give potassium hydroxide, yes, to give potassium hydroxide, yes. The next, and hydrogen gas plus H2 gas, yes, this is a product they are saying. Now check here whether everything is balanced or not. Yes, look here, potassium 1 potassium. Now how many oxygens? Here one oxygen, okay, and here one oxygen. Now what about hydrogen atoms here? So hydrogen atoms here 2, here it is 3. So what we can do? So what if we take a number 2 here, so what happens here, just observe there. So it will be giving 4 hydrogens, but here we have 3 hydrogens only. So now what I am doing is I am multiplying with the 2 number here, okay, therefore I am multiplying a number with 2 here. So now check 2 oxygen atoms, 2 oxygen atoms, 2 potassium, 4 hydrogens, here 2 hydrogens, there 2 hydrogens, everything is balanced, okay. Like this you should multiply with a suitable number, so therefore it will be balancing both sides, okay. So you choose a suitable integer to multiply and balance them, okay. I hope this is also clear, okay. So these are the 4 A, B, C, D options where do we need to write their balanced chemical equations, okay. Next let us go to the other question also. Write the balanced chemical equations for the following reactions. Will you do this? Will you do this? So I will be doing for 1 or 2 and you can do for other things, okay. Let me do it for first one. Calcium hydroxide, so CaOH twice, calcium hydroxide with carbon dioxide, okay, forming calcium carbonate plus water, okay. So this is a product formed here. So just look them whether it is balanced or not. How many calcium atoms are there? 1 here and 1 here, okay. How many carbons are there? So 1 here, 1 here, that is also fine. Now how many oxygen atoms are there here? Oxygen atoms are 2 plus 2, 4, and here this side 3 plus 1, 4, yes, that is also balanced. Hydrogens are 2, here also 2, everything is balanced, yes, therefore reaction is balanced, okay. So like this we need to balance the remaining things also and write the balanced equation, chemical equation for the following reactions. Of course for few already I have provided their equation also, just observe them whether the reactions are balanced or not. If anything is you are facing difficulty while answering this, you just write in the comment box, there I will be explaining, or in the next session I will be explaining, so feel free to answer, okay. So you can do this. Next let us move further. Write the balanced chemical equation for the following and identify the type of reaction in each case. So now identify these. So what they are saying, potassium bromide, potassium KBr plus barium iodide BaI2, so KBr and BaI2. So what is the product they are saying? BaI2, here it is I2. So what is the product they are saying? Potassium iodide Ki, okay, plus Ki, okay, Ki, so K and Br2. So this should be the product, but they haven't mentioned here, okay, fine, that is maybe some error in the print. Let us look here. So what happened here, see, so we have KBr, BaI2, say KBr and BaI2 we have, here we have Ki, Br2 we have. So what is the difference we are observing here? So if you take this 2 times, yes, this is 2 times, yes, reaction is balanced here. So nothing to worry about the reaction. See, potassium which is attached with the barium, bromine here, this side bromine is attached with the barium. So it means, see, these are displaced. So here bromine is attaching with the barium and iodide is attached with the potassium in the product side. It means they are double displaced. So this metal is displaced, I mean this species is displacing this and this is displacing this. So can I say double displacement? Yes. So this is a double displacement reaction. Next one is so zinc carbonate forming zinc carbonate. Similarly what I explained, calcium carbonate upon decomposition gives calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. So here zinc carbonate upon decomposition gives zinc oxide plus CO2 gas, okay. This is one more thing. Next, hydrogen chlorine. So what happens? H2. So this is what type of reaction it is? This is decomposition reaction, and where we have H2 plus Cl2. These are 2 gases combines to form a gas, that is HCl of 2 moles, okay. So one molecule reacting to form 2 molecules of HCl, okay. This is what the reaction. So what happened here? When two or more components combine to form a single product, we should call it as combination reaction. Yes, that is also true. Next, magnesium and HCl forms magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas. So magnesium plus HCl. So what we can say, what kind of reaction it is? So here it is forming magnesium chloride plus H2 gas is liberated here. So what happened here? See, hydrogen is displaced by this magnesium, therefore we are getting this thing. Okay, so for this reaction we need 2 moles of HCl. Okay, so 1:2 ratio we should take, therefore everything is balanced. Just look here, everything is balanced. So can I say magnesium displaced hydrogen means, so we can say displacement reaction. What is this? This is displacement reaction. This is what? Combination reaction. I hope everything is clear here now. First one is double displacement, second one is decomposition, third one is combination, fourth one is displacement. Okay, displacement reaction. Magnesium displaced hydrogen from H plus from its solution. That's it. Okay, and the next, what does one mean by exothermic and endothermic reaction? Give some example. Yes, this is again very easy, right? So what do we mean by exothermic reactions? So those reactions in which the heat is liberated during the reaction process. So these chemical reactions in which heat is released to the surroundings. So if we are doing a chemical reactions, during the process, if heat is released out of that reaction, so we can say those processes as exothermic process, or those reactions as exothermic reaction. For example, combustion of fuels or combustion of this carbon. Look here, upon treating with oxygen, so upon heating it forms CO2 and some heat is liberated. So this is what? Exothermic process. Okay, now combustion of process, combustion of carbon, combustion of fuels, hydrocarbons like petrol, diesel, all this comes under what? Exothermic reactions. Okay, then next, formation of water. H2 plus O2 gives rise to H2O. So during this process also heat is released. Okay, so you have to remember this. Okay, now what about endothermic process? A chemical reaction that absorb heat or energy from the surroundings is called endothermic process or endothermic reaction. For example, we are doing a reaction. During this reaction, if heat is absorbed by that reaction, if that reaction is taking place in a beaker or something, okay, some container, if that reaction required some heat, so that will absorb heat from the outside in order to make the reaction to forward. Therefore what we can say, those kind of reactions as endothermic reactions. During the reaction heat is absorbed, therefore those reactions are called endothermic reaction. For example, here you can see barium hydroxide and ammonium chloride forming BaCl2 and ammonia is formed, okay, along with the water. So this is what? A reaction which requires heat to be absorbed for this process. Okay, so if heat is absorbed, then we can say it is endothermic reaction. Okay, so ammonia, so upon heating, so it will be forming N2 plus H2. So what happened here? It is undergoing decompose, right? Ammonia undergoing decompose, right? So what we can say? So heat is absorbed during this process. So I can say this is endothermic process. Okay, always remember, if the this is a arrow mark where we have here reactants, we have here we have products. Okay, for endothermic reaction, what happens is the reactant will take some heat. Therefore what I should write? So delta represents heat symbol. I am just using delta as a symbol to represent heat. Okay, now what happens here? By this reactant absorbs some heat and forms a product. Okay, if heat is absorbed during the process, endothermic. Okay, now in the other case, reactants, we know reactants forms products. Okay, products. Along with this product, if some heat is released, so in this process, along with the product, what it is released? Heat is released during the process. So this kind of process where we seeing the evolution of heat is considered to be exothermic reactions. Okay, now I will be giving some generalized examples. See, take a piece of lime and just keep it in the water, okay, and just touch the that container, okay, safely do it. So just touch the container, you feel little hot, okay. So why it is hot? So if it is hot, what does the process it is? It means it is releasing the heat from during the reaction. Therefore when you touch the container you feel little hot or little warm, okay. So what it is representing? Heat is released, therefore you are feeling warm, means the exothermic process is taking place there. I hope this is also clear, right? So let's discuss about one last question, and remaining thing we'll be discussing in the upcoming session, okay. So stay tuned with us and we'll be winding up with this one last question. Why is respiration is considered to be an exothermic reaction? So why it is? In the process of respiration, glucose, okay, glucose, what is the formula of glucose? C6H12O6. So this is the formula of glucose, okay, combines with oxygen. When we inhale oxygen, yes, that is what the oxygen here we are taking, okay, combines with oxygen in the cells of our body and provides energy. So when it is combined with the glucose, combined with oxygen and undergoes oxidation to form CO2, okay, that is what will exhale out, right? And along with that heat is generated, I mean energy is produced in our body, okay. So this is why, so energy is produced means what? Energy is generated, energy is released, heat is released. It means the reaction or the process is what? Exothermic process. I hope everything is clear up to this 10 questions, right? Okay. So remaining questions we will be discussing in the next session, which is continuous to this. So do not ignore. So watch the same, with the same phase watch the next video also. So thank you for watching. Happy learning.